When Pierre de Coubertin, the founder of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, fought to revive the Olympic Games in 1896 after a 1,500-year remission, I doubt that even he thought it would grow to what it is today, or that his 1913 design of the 5 rings would so deeply define the Olympic spirit over the years. A lot of water has gone under the bridge since then, and many sports have passed for the Olympics as well. From cricket to croquet. Today we're going to explore some sports that were once but are no longer part of the Olympic Games. What's up everyone, it's Maverick. Today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and look at the Olympics. But not the current 32 sports. No. We're going to explore some of the sports that used to be in the Olympics. Some you may have heard of, some may shock you, and some are just plain weird. We'll also sprinkle in a few fun facts along the way, like Fred Lortz, the bricklayer turned marathon runner who cheated by hitching a ride in a car during the 1904 games. Maybe it seemed like a good idea at the time. First up, we have tug-of-war, which was an Olympic sport from 1900 to 1920. Unfortunately, it was removed because it didn't have enough international appeal and was considered too violent. I guess athletes can't get hurt these days, right? Number 2, water motorsports. Water motorsports, which included events like speedboat racing, were included in the 1908 Summer Olympics in London. But the IOC decided that the Olympics wasn't the place for motorized competition, and bad weather canceled 6 of the 9 races that year. So there's that. Plus, the potential for high-speed watercraft accidents probably didn't help either. Number 3, pigeon shooting. Poor birds. Pigeon shooting was an Olympic sport in the 1900 games, with live pigeon used as targets. The event was not included in future Olympics due to cruelty of the sport. At the 1900 Olympics, over 300 pigeons were killed. Clearly, this event never made a comeback. Number 4, jeu de paume. Jeu de paume was an Olympic sport in the 1908 games in London. It's an old form of handball played without rackets indoors and is considered the precursor to modern tennis. But it wasn't very popular, so it just had to go. Number 5, golf. Golf was an Olympic sport between 1900 and 1904, but it was removed due to an eligibility dispute and a lack of organization. During the 1908 games in London, all British players withdrew, and the sport was subsequently removed from the games. It was reintroduced in Rio in 2016 in 2020. Number 6, croquet. Croquet was included in the Olympics in the 1900 games with 3 events: 1-ball singles, 2-ball singles, and doubles. France won all the medals, but it was the only country that participated. It was never included again in the official program as it was considered too elitist. Number 7, roque. Roque is a form of croquet played on a hard surface with a variety of obstacles. It was an Olympic event in the 1904 Summer Games, but it was removed because of its limited appeal outside of the US. Number 8, tumbling. Tumbling was an Olympic sport in 1932. It is a form of gymnastics that involves acrobatic movements down a 25-meter-long sprung track. It's no longer an Olympic sport, but its cousin, the trampoline, made its debut in the 2000 games. Number 9, military patrol. This was an event that debuted in the 1924 Winter Olympics in Chamonix, France. Considered precursor to modern biathlon, a competition that combined 25-kilometer cross-country skiing and rifle shooting with a team of 4 members. The event was also demonstrated in the 1928, 1936, and 1948 Winter Olympics. The sport was not included in future Olympics due to lack of governing bodies and international competition. Did you know that the 1936 Olympics in Berlin was the first time the Olympic torch relay was featured? Number 10, lacrosse. Lacrosse was a medal sport in the 1904 and 1908 Summer Olympics. It was also held as a demonstration sport in the 1928, 32, and 48 games. It hasn't been in the Olympics since, But in 2021, the IOC granted full recognition to the International Federation for Lacrosse, which is a step forward in its continued growth and development. Number 11. Cricket. Cricket was only an Olympic sport once, way back in the 1900 games, and only one match was played between Great Britain and France. But the International Cricket Council is trying to get it included again. The only problem is the length of the game and the number of teams that could participate. Rumor has it that it might make a comeback in 2028. Number 12. Basque Pelota. It's a handball-like game that's played against a wall with a curved basket. It was actually an Olympic sport in the 1900 and 1904 games, and a demonstration sport in 1924, 68, and 92. Sadly, it was removed because it wasn't considered universally popular. In fact, only 2 countries participated in the 1900 Paris Games, Spain and France, and Spain ended up taking the win. Number 13. Polo. Polo was an Olympic sport in 1900, 1908, 1920, and 1936, but was officially removed after the 1936 Games due to the high cost of keeping horses and the limited number of countries that could participate. It is, however, set to make a comeback as an Olympic sport in 2026. Number 14. Ever heard of skijoring? Skijoring was a demonstration sport in the 1928 Winter Olympics in St. Moritz, Switzerland. The sport involved a person on skis being pulled by a horse, dog, or a motor vehicle. Skijoring was almost an Olympic sport, but it didn't make the cut. Supporters of this sport will need to convince the IOC of its international appeal and potential to attract world-class athletes if it wants to make a comeback. Number 15. Solo synchronized swimming. Solo synchronized swimming was an Olympic sport between 1984 and 1992. Interesting if you think about it today, as we currently have duet and team events for artistic synchronized swimming. But solo synchronized swimming? Sinking to what? And there you have it, precursors to modern sports, weird sports, and a few cruel sports as well. Before you leave, drop me a comment if you know when the 5 rings made their official debut. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.